We're out here getting ready for another WEC event. We're hanging out at Extreme Couture, and this is the Gym to the Stars, maybe a future star. Is that bad calling you a future star? You're not a star yet, right? Johny Hendricks?
No, not yet. I'm new at this game. I'm just happy to be in it. Didn't want to quit competing, and wrestling was over with, so I decided to give this a try.
Now, people should know Johny has been a star. Is that bad to say? You were a star, collegiate wrestling, big star.
Yeah. No, I used to be a star in wrestling, and I think it carried over a little bit into this. But with the wrestling background, a lot of wrestling fans have been supporting me, and which I really do appreciate. And finally getting that recognition has been great.
Yeah. It's got to be crazy, though, when you're on an elite level, a great collegiate wrestler, you win national championships, All-American, and all of a sudden, you have a good base, but you're coming into mixed martial arts, and it's like, man, who's this guy?
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, and that's my mind frame as well. I'm sitting here every day trying to learn something new. Fighting guys that have been doing this 5-6 years, maybe even longer, with more fights than I have. And the only thing that's really getting me through is, my God bless ability, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much all I've been counting on.
So when you come in, do they give you a free pass early, or is it like, you know what, don't care about your wrestling background, you may not have hands, but you're going to learn to have them because we're not going easy on you, especially at a place like this, and I know you have another spot in town that you work out at.
Yeah, no, this is a family group right here, at Extreme Couture. They pride in letting good people come in here, and they do everything together, and that's something that I really like because they want to do everything as a team. They want to get their team better. And so everybody helps out everybody and makes everybody a little bit better.
So people here leaned on you for the wrestling?
Yeah, a little bit of my wrestling and southpaw too. They don't have too many southpaws here, so two of our guys got southpaw fighters coming up. So I've been doing a lot of sparring with a lot of like Gray Maynard and Tyson.
Now this is not your exclusive home though. You kind of split your time, right?
Yeah. I split my time. Also, they got great stand up here, great jiu-jitsu and everything. But I do also at Cobra Kai, where it's just strictly jiu-jitsu, and try to get my ground game to where I can match everybody else's.
Explain the whole team takedown thing, because it's not just you as a wrestler coming in, it was kind of a group.
Yeah, no, team takedown, right after college, Jake did some work with them, helping their kids learn wrestling, and wrestlers started doing good in MMA, and he was like, do you want to try it? And I was like, sure, and he said all this stuff that he was going to do for us, and I was like, really? And next thing I know, I'm flying out here to Vegas, and first day in here was a real good one. Sparred with Baroni. That's whenever I got knocked out by him. He taught me a valuable lesson, keep my hands up. And then, Jake Rochel's also with us, and Shane Roller as well. So all three of us came from OSU, came out here with nothing at all with boxing or jiu-jitsu or anything, just rely on all of our wrestling. They thought I was an arrogant, prick. Yeah. That's just it. And none of them knew me, and that's where, like, people talking trash on you, it can follow you wherever you go, and it did.
Well, I had heard that you were working out, because what they do here is, for people out there who aren't at the gyms, you guys will have days where it's, with the heavy gloves, and then you'll have days with the 4-ounce gloves or, smaller gloves. And you actually had a day, I guess you were working, and maybe you didn't gauge what kind of power and how much effort you're supposed to be putting into it with the small gloves. Was what, Tyson Griffin?
Yeah, Tyson Griffin. Actually, that day, we're sitting here, and I don't have any, my first day in here, I don't have any control over my punches, And I guess we started hitting pretty hard. And what it was is I wasn't used to getting hit. And he hit me, like, it wasn't a hard punch, but it was a good punch, you know what I mean? And I was like, ow, so I was like, so I started getting a little fired up, and I was like, well, this sucks, Yeah. And then I got the worst end of it, but yeah, we started getting into it, and at that time, I didn't know that a good punch would hurt like that, and also that how to control my punches. So even though I may not have tried to, I may have been throwing weight, I was probably throwing 40 to 60% of my power because I didn't know how to throw punches.
Right.
I didn't know how to control that. And Tyson and me and him got into it, and then the next time I came out, that's whenever, I had no idea. And
so the next time you come out, they tell you what? Hey, it's going to be big glove day, but now you're getting in with Baroni, who's a little bigger than you.
Well, I don't really remember that day. I lost that whole day. one day I'll never get back.
Why did that happen? Explain it.
I guess we walked in and they said big gloves, no takedowns, all stand-up boxing, kickboxing.
Yeah.
And I guess me and Baroni started going at it, and I'm not the person to back down from anything. No matter how big or bad they are. That's just my mentality. And I guess he started hitting me pretty good, and I started coming back, trying to hit him good. And the next thing I know,
You're waking up.
I woke up the next morning going, what happened?
Really?
Yeah.
The next morning?
Yeah, the next morning I finally woke up and I was like, what happened? And they're like, you got knocked out. I was like, well, yeah. I go, by who? And they're like, Phil Baroni. I was like, whew, thank God it wasn't some schlub. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, that would have sucked. I'd had to really evaluate, you know what I mean, what I'd need to do from there. But since it was Phil Baroni, I was like, hey, stuff like that happens. And, whenever in wrestling, whenever a guy comes in, we'd sit there and we'd be like, hey, I'm going to take care of this guy. I'm going to show him that I'm rolling the roost, you know what I mean? You're one of my chicks, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much how I looked at it as well. And I wouldn't see it going any other way.
Well, if they did Ultimate Knockout, DVDs based on gym work, they said it was an Ultimate Knockout because you got twisted around, your mouthpiece went flying, and you were completely out cold. But how do you react to that now? I guess it's a good thing that you lost memory of it, so you can't be too depressed about it. But I mean, that's pretty humbling to be a top level wrestler, come in and basically get your hat handed to you. Was there a thought at all like, man, maybe this isn't for me?
No, I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know crap on my feet. You know what I mean? That's just it. I was sitting there. I knew something like that could have happened at any point for the first year of my training. And since it got hit that way, I didn't step in with these guys because I knew I wasn't ready for these guys yet. So that was an eye opener for me, and that actually helped me get better. Instead of just trying to do pro and get better in here, I actually took a lot of classes. I took 6-hour classes, working on my stand-up. That was it. For 1 year, just focused on that. And I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened.